Hello, mate, and welcome to Puzzle Combat, where you match three pieces, find yourself a hero with some superpowers, and destroy the enemy. Make as many alliances as you can, and win the game. Bucky here. I'm a springtime agent. I do run and gun. I deal out 250% damage to the target. Target gets silenced for 2 turns. I said 2 turns. The target can't recharge for 2 turns either. That's right, 2 turns. I am young, but I am a Buckeye energy.
Okay, I really like the southern accent. You gotta do that again. Alright, happy Catterday, folks. So, as you can see from that introduction, we're gonna cover this guy today, Bucky. So, I'm going off the vanilla trail. This is the first hero that hasn't been from the regular summon gate or from your TS 20 that I've covered. So he's an event hero. And yeah, I really like that southern accent. We'll have to record more of those introductions with the southern accent. All right, so overall hero rating. Well, he is an A. And that's understandable. He's looking to be the best red out there right now, especially a sniper, which is fantastic. And I think Latte beats him by a little bit, but I just think that's more or less because of her special with the defenses down. However, she's average speed and he is fast. And let me tell you, he can charge up quite quickly. Alright, so let's go into his class, which is Sentry, and see what he does there. Security and Emergency Expert. Honestly, I'd say out of all the 3 stars that he is one that is probably worthy of these emblems. There's a few of them. Vittoria, obviously, Latte, Tannenbaum, and there's maybe arguments to be made for a few others. I'm not a fan of putting talents on 3 stars by any means, but he's decent. He's decent. He's one of the best of the best. So if you were gonna put emblems on him, it's worth it. Alright, so I would personally go attack and boost his attack even more and his defenses. His stats are good across the board though, which is why he's got that A rating. Nope, I would go this one and do attack again. I'd go attack as much as I can. Even if some of it is health, that's okay. So the armor up, chance to gain 5% armor after receiving any damage. That's not a protection for them. I have, in my alt account, I have a bunch on Boomer. He's Sentry too. And considering he's slow charging, Boomer is slow charging. He's got a great special when he finally does go off. The armor up definitely helps keep him alive longer. So that's not... It's kind of meh, but it's not bad either. Like, obviously, a warfighter would be better. He could revive, which would be pretty sweet. But, yeah, having that extra armor isn't too bad. So that's 10, 15. What about 25% chance, probably? Yeah, 25% chance. So there you go. Now, on the Sentry, you have to decide between critical chance and speed up. Well, he's at 68 for fast. And this, putting it up by 2% would probably only put him up to about the 69 category. And the next breakpoint is actually 71. So In all honesty, I'd probably choose the critical chance bonus because he's a great offensive hero. And the critical chance bonus add a little bit more double damage in there. And the reason why I would go critical chance over speed in this case is every single speed weapon would boost him into the next breakpoint. So there's no point in putting the speed on him. Much better off doing the critical chance bonus, in my opinion, for this guy. So because he's at 68 and the next breakpoint being 71, you only need 3 speed points to get him up into the next category, and every single red weapon has 6 or more on it, I believe, for speed weapons. So I would go critical chance. I love the critical chance. This works out really well. If I was going to do talents all the way down to 19 or 20 here, I would choose critical chance on him because of the speed weapon option already bumping him into the next breakpoint. That's pretty awesome. That just adds more to his special and more to how good and versatile he is. So that's pretty great. And the question mark here. Silenced heroes are unable to use special skills. Well, I'm a huge fan of silencers. Now, I took him out raiding, and out of the 12 raids I did, I had 2 Buckies, Jocasta for healing, and 2 Lindsays. So it was a 3-2 team. And I won 9 out of the 12 raids I did, I think it was. I don't know. It's I did put the video up on YouTube here a couple days ago when I did that. I think I did that on Monday. It was like a 3200 range team, and I was beating teams 4000 to 4300 and change. And it's because of these silencing. Now, the other thing that he does as the family special, the Springtech family, 5% charge to other allies when using special skills. Okay, so on these Buckies, I had a critical chance weapon on one and a speed up weapon on the other one. So they were going off at different times, so they could do the silencing on different heroes at different times, or I could silence the same hero again when the second Bucky with the critical chance weapon went off. It was a really great combination. And here's the other thing that really helped in those raids. The charge to other allies. It was insane because all of a sudden I didn't have to throw tiles, but Jocasta would go off and she would heal them. She would charge up. Same with the other Lindsays. So they would all of a sudden, after Bucky threw a special and gave him that charge, they would go off as well. And there were points when I had the entire opposition that I was attacking silenced. All their heroes were silenced. It was pretty awesome. And then I would throw more red tiles, and then the second Bucky would go off that had the critical chance weapon, and then I could silence again. So that's pretty sweet, I gotta say. This family bonus is quite unique. Really like that family bonus. So next spring when these heroes come around, I'll have to try again and see if I can get more than just Buckies. So that was pretty sweet though, guys, I gotta say. Alright, so this was the team I took in. I'll just show you here. So I had Jocasta and both my Lindsays. I just wanted to see how well it would work, and it worked out quite well, actually. Alright, so she had the speed weapon on her, and then this. So critical chance here with the Vantage. So these 2 Buckies would go off at different times because this check off sped up the one Bucky and made him functionally faster to charge. So he was past the 71 breakpoint, and that was that worked out awesome. That was a fun team. I'll have to do more raid challenges like that. If you guys have any ideas of raid challenges you like to see, let me know. I'll try them. However, I will not attack with all 5 healers. I will not attack with a healing team. That sucks. I've seen that done before, and that is frustrating and annoying. So that is the only thing I will not do is attack with all 5 healers. That's friggin' crazy. Alright, so let's run through some weapons with him. Now I have a couple of the 5-star weapons already, so I'll show those when we go into my roster. But I want to grab the other 5-star red weapons that I don't have. I think there's only one. Oh, there it is. Tank Bane. Okay, so good defensive weapon for him. So he has 4.5s out of 5 across the board. So War Machine 4.5. Yeah, definitely a great War Machine hitter for the lower War Machines. 4.5 on offense, 4.5 on defense. So his stats across the board are good, and if you needed to use him on defense, this is a good defensive weapon for sure. Absolutely, 32% chance to resist, and then another 85 health to add to his already decent health. There you go. And then that's not bad, 225 for defenses as well. And I think that's the only other 5-star red that I don't have. It's funny, some of these have 4 5-star weapons in certain colors, and then some of them only have 3. So this one only has 3. Red only has 3 in here. It's funny that they haven't evened that out yet. Okay, so Chekhov, as mentioned. Bonus for him. This is great for a good offensive hero like him too, to have the 21 critical chance and then the speed points of 9. So like I mentioned, he only needs 3 speed points to get into that next and hit 71 and get into that next breakpoint. So yep, that will do awesome, because it without a speed weapon, he has 8 tiles to charge and 4 ghosted. That's already huge. Like 4 ghosted tiles to charge him. Sweet. Well, with this one, it drops from 8 to 7. Once he's in that very fast category, it's still 4 ghosted tiles though. But dropping down to 7 is pretty sweet as well. And you definitely notice the difference, because like I said, when I took him out raiding, I did notice the difference between the one that had the check off and the one that had the Vantage, charging at 2 different times. But that was part of my strategy too, because like I say, then I could silence the same hero again if I needed, or a different hero at a different time. And it was good to have silencers going off at all different times. Alright, critical chance there, 30%, pretty good. That the combination of these two with tile damage as well being that high, 21%, and then 30%, 51% more tile damage between the two, that's pretty sweet. Waffle! Look at you, Waffle, just armor damage. Boo! Alright, mainframe, good for more defense than offense, but yeah, definitely a weapon that will help him as well. And then the Melgor is the other one. That would be good for defense as well with the resistance. So if you don't have a dodge option for defense, then definitely consider the resistance ones. Anytime you can resist those status ailments is good, especially with how many master weapons do venom and burn and bleed. So, and they stack on top of the other specials, so that resistance does come in handy for defense. Okay, and the Tigger. Alright, 7 speed points, so yep, you're boosting them up again. He'll be in the very fast category, and the tiles to charge him will drop to 7. Impacted tiles drops to 7. It still stays at 4 for ghosted tiles. Alright. Moss green. Health. So okay for defense if that's your option. And Manchester, 5% critical chance. If you're just starting out and that's your option, that's perfect too. So I hope some of you guys did win some of these heroes at Springtech, because I mean the game just launched, and if you want a Bucky, like definitely level him up. He'll help out a lot. So the game launched internationally, and some of you guys would have been able to access those Springtech heroes when you're just starting out. That's actually pretty sweet, because when we started this a couple years ago, we didn't have any of these events. There was nothing. So we just built what we could. We knew it was coming at some point, but yeah, it was quite funky to not have any new event heroes for quite a while. We didn't even have challenge events when we first started out. It was literally just raiding and doing the map. No war, no nothing. So, alright, now I do have one of the master weapons in my alt account, so I'm just gonna switch to that. I'll be right back. Okay, so just popped over to my alt account here. Unfortunately, I never got any of the Springtech heroes. However, I did get one of the master weapons here, so I thought I'd show this one and just run down the master weapons. Alright, so this is the Kubik, and it does venom every 50% damage over 2 turns, so that's alright. That just adds to Bucky's special, his crazy special, so that's a good weapon for him. And on offense or defense works well. And the other ones, so the other master weapons, the 4-star is the Falcon Tech, which is 35 health points per turn. Good one to put on him for defense if you're using him for defense. The 5-star, the Flashpoint, does burn 70 burn damage over 2 turns. So good one again for offense or defense. And then the other red master weapon is the 5-star as well, and that's the Levy, and that's 30 armor per turn. So good one for defense. And that armor per turn, it's funny, that's a defensive weapon, but it has a good attack stat on it. It's pretty high attack at 240, so that would add a little bit to his attack that's already high. So yeah, if you have Bucky, like I've fully leveled 3 of them up out of the 5, and I'm working on the 4th one, and I might level all 5, do a mono team for events. I'm looking forward to using him in events. So whenever there's eventually they're gonna introduce a challenge event that reflects green, so you want reds for that, and all the people that use the Victoria and Leapfrog mono teams can't necessarily use that team once they introduce a reflect green challenge event. So I'm looking forward to that. I think 4 or 5 Buckies would be awesome for that one. So alright guys, if you got Bucky, definitely level him up. Once again, happy Saturday, folks.